You hear yourself just fine?
Test. Yep.
Okay, cool. So that concludes the hour of music curated by eSex Band. I'm here with Mario from eSex Band.
Hello.
Your brother couldn't come in. What's your brother's name?
Carlos.
Carlos
Couldn't make it.
Hey, rest in peace, Carlos.
R.I.P.
Rest in peace,
We miss him very
Carlos.
much.
But if you could, well, I already named you. That was honestly what I had in my notes. But if you could say what you play in the band.
Introduce myself. My name is Mario. I play bass and I do a little bit of singing in the band. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll just get right into it. How did you and Carlos get to know each other, and how did the band come together?
Well, we met each other in college. We went to a junior college we're from the Central Valley, and then we went to a college in Merced. Shout out Merced. And we had a math class together, and I made this really bad joke. I made like a Fortnite joke, and I was like, and then I think Carlos was the only one that laughed. I think it was like out of pity or something.
$19 Fortnite.
Yeah, no, who wants it? But he laughed, and we started talking, and I think I was going through like a breakup or something, so we kind of got close and talked to each other. And he showed me like music. He liked rock music, and showed me how to play guitar. Originally, we started. It was at my house, and he brought a little like karaoke mic, because we got really well together because we were talking about Black Flag. We both like Black Flag a lot, and he brought a karaoke thing, and he played guitar, and I didn't play guitar yet. This tiny like 15-watt amp, and he's like, "Let's play Scream from Black Flag," and I was like, "Yeah," and I didn't know the song too well, but I just knew that the title was Scream, so I was like, "Okay, I think I can figure this out." And so he's playing da-na-na, da-na-na, and I'm screaming on the karaoke mic, and it's peaking, it sounds terrible. But once we were done, I was like, we like looked at each other like, we should start a band. Like, we sound really good. Yeah, and then from there, he taught me how to play guitar, and yeah, then we kind of went from there, just kept moving forward.
So how long ago was this?
This was around 2019, 2020. We started practicing and like working together like kind of right when COVID happened.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you guys been actually active, either making music but also playing shows as eSex? Or was your first band together?
This was first one, yeah. I think it's the first thing we ever took seriously in our entire lives. We started like 2023. We started playing live. It was March 3rd, I think, 2023. I like that more because then it's 3-3. That sounds cooler. For the lore, it sounds cooler. But yeah, we played a show in 2023. We finally got a drummer. Our first drummer was a coworker of mine, and we practiced for like kind of all of 2022, just in my room, small room. We probably knocked out a lot of our hearing. I think we have old guy hearing now, but
a little tinnitus.
Yeah, just a little bit. But yeah, and then we started playing live in 2023 and kept going from there, and now we're still playing. Tell me when I can start plugging shows, because I'll start plugging shows.
Oh yeah, by the end, definitely.
Perfect.
Definitely, I have some stuff.
Perfect.
What was your guys' first show? Do you remember where, like the bill?
I do remember where. It was actually really weird. It was really nice with the person. So it was this guy, Weston Perry. We played at Persuasion Brewing in Modesto. It was like a brewery. And we played it was just like a tile floor, big kind of like warehouse style building. And we just played in front of these fridges, like lined with beer. It looked like a Bud Light commercial. Yeah. And he brought all the PA systems. We didn't understand what PA systems were at the time. He set it up, and we never had like a monitor before. So we're talking in the mic, we're like, "Whoa, we can hear ourselves. What's going on?" And he was like kind of like a folk style musician. He was doing like country folk stuff, but he wanted like more energy in the bill. He said that he liked punk stuff. He hit us up on Instagram. I was like, "Hey, do you guys want to be on the blah 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 blah?" And we're like, "Yeah." So it was a really weird mashup, but it was cool. It was
fun.
You
guys had never played in front of people prior?
Never played before, no.
How was that? Were you guys kind of like chill with it, or was it nerve-wracking? Or like, how is performing for you guys? Is it just something fun, or is it something you feel like pressure
I think
towards?
It's fun. I have a lot of fun with it. We before then, like I said, we practiced for like a year. So we already kind of like knew what we were doing, where to go about. We would practice. When we started, we'd practice like banter, like what we would say after a song or something, like some funny quote. And yeah, I don't know. So now we go into shows and like we're pretty solid and we know what we're doing and stuff. So it's not really nervous. Sometimes the nerves kick in right before you play the first song, and once you start gelling into it, I'm lucky enough to where everybody in the band is really good at what they do, and it never feels rough. Everyone's pretty good, so I feel confident every time we play.
And you guys don't have a drummer right now, or you?
We do have a drummer. We do have a
Okay.
drummer. His name is Xavier. He's been around the Modesto scene for a while. He's a kid. He's only like 18, 17, but he's really good.
I think I might have met him. Oscar, was he at the Modesto show? Okay, then was that your old drummer then? Because I feel like I've seen him.
He met Blaine.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because I did remember seeing him on some of the like Spotify clips and everything.
Yeah. That was Blaine. That was our first drummer. We worked together at Baskin Robbins together. He's a great drummer as well.
So how did the name eSex come to be?
That's a great question. So we were going through a bunch of like really dumb names. And we were like
eSex is a solid.
eSex is a solid and mature name. I don't know what you mean. But yeah, we were going through different names. Nothing stuck. Nothing was good. Big rule is it has to look good on a T-shirt. eSex is first and foremost a Target brand, like Nirvana and stuff like that. Brands, But no, it had to just go. It had to flow off the tongue, and everything we were thinking about didn't flow at all. And then we were talking to my brother. And my brother, he's a smart dude, but he's never been in a band, so he doesn't. We didn't expect him to come up with something. He's like, "What do you think about eSex?" And we're like, "Oh shit! Like that actually really worked."
What inspired?
I don't know. I don't know what came from it. I don't know.
Oh, that sounds sick.
It just sounds really cool. Yeah. I don't know, my bit, if people ask, is like, well, if you think about it, like, we're in a, technology is like all around us, and like that's kind of how we connect.
Intimacy in the technological
we
age.
we distance ourselves with phones and technology, and we kind of have eSex. That's it. But yeah, so for the Wikipedia article, that's probably what we'll put.
Oh yeah, time to build up that Wikipedia.
yeah. But yeah, that's where it came from. I don't think it, it just kind of worked. It's just crazy how it kind of came to be,
I think it's enough of a nice like not controversy to it, but it is just kind of like in your face like.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa.
eSex.
What is this band?
Yeah.
What is a sex band?
And I think the aesthetic that you guys have kind of built around like your projects and everything, it like fits. Like the kind of anime-ish girl that you guys have and like the little quirky like rainbow and like fun little colors. I think it's nice that it's not like the name is not super serious, and then the cover art has like that silliness to it.
Yeah. A big thing is like I don't know, always just being kind of like reverting to like an innocent time, I guess. That's kind of where like the anime and like the cartoons and stuff comes from. eSex is very much about I don't know, like youthful fun, stuff like that. And then I like that how juxtaposed that is with like the name is kind of vulgar, and then like some of the songs are more like gritty songs. I don't know, I've always been very happy with how stuff came to be, the vision and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And then when it comes to the type of music that you guys make, how do you classify your band genre-wise? Like, where do you draw inspiration to make the music that you guys make?
That's a great question. The genre is tough because, like, our Instagram says, like, indie punk, noisy indie punk or something. We have a ton of elements of punk. We loved punk starting out. Like I said, we like Black Flag, we like Ramones, Johnny Thunders, stuff like that. Just, like, rock and roll. We like... there's a Japanese band, Number Girl, that we really like. Me and Carlos really, really like them. And that's kind of where most of our stuff, I want to say, like, derived from. Like, that's the seed it really comes from. If we're saying, like, a exact genre, either punk or, like, just rock. I don't know, rock's the best way. Alt rock, I guess, is probably the best because we like 90s stuff. We like 90s emo, stuff like that. But it's hard to pinpoint. I know when we started, Carlos was like... there's no real genre. You can make whatever you want. As long as it sounds good, then it'll work.
Yeah.
If it sounds bad, then we'll go back to the drawing board. But there's no real set. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, and you guys. Because I looked through your guys' discography, and you do have a lot of like, you cut your projects with like little funky songs, like Cafe Racer and Kindness in G minor, which I just played earlier in the hour.
Yeah, Kindness is from True Love. That's our new EP. And then Cafe Racers from French Movies. That's our last EP. Those were both made by our past drummer, Blaine.
Oh,
He is crazy at like making beats and stuff like that. And so we asked him. He's also really good at piano. So he did the G minor one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and he made all those little instrumentals. The original thing was we wanted to use that during like pre-show stuff. Like it'd play out of the PA. But that whole like pre-show is always so confusing and hectic that it's never a point to where it's like, let's play this. Here, take this. Let's play this. You know.
And those songs, you guys do play in your set, like the piano, or like
that would be crazy. That'd be really sick.
Yeah, I feel like that would be really fun to see. It's kind of like when I saw. Have you heard of the band Fatale?
Yeah.
Yeah,
from here, right?
Yeah. Or from Oakland.
Fatale? We played with them in Tamarack, right?
Oh, really?
We did, yeah.
Yeah, I think Oakland or something, or they might be going to school. I kind of forgot. It's been a while. But that Annan will just like whip out a trumpet.
Really?
Like, in some of the sets. Yeah, I saw them at Cornerstone, and they just whipped out a trumpet. So I love seeing like when people have a certain look when they do like their really rowdy punky stuff, and then we'll like fucking whip out something random.
Yeah. We're thinking about doing a kazoo in some of our newest sets.
A triangle. Yeah. Let me play triangle.
We're gonna do a slinky. We're gonna put a pickup on a slinky and start.
What type of music was played in your house growing up? Like, or what's a song you hold really close to your heart?
I don't have an exact song. My dad loved BBC Radio 1, so it's like a British radio station. Yeah. He loved like house music, so like, and I remember he'd always play it, even when we'd like leave the house, and I didn't understand why. But he always play. I think it was in case like someone broke in. It sounds like someone's there. He had some reasoning, but I remember he'd always play it. So like all around my house, it would always be like BBC Radio 1. And my mom liked country a lot. She likes Darius Rucker. So I heard Wagon Wheel a ton of times when I was growing up. And then there's a radio station. Shout out to Rock 96.7.
No other radios on here. No, I'm kidding.
Well, they play rock shit, like butt rock kind of stuff.
Yeah, like
Can rock. You take me high? That stuff. Yeah. So I heard that. I remember I heard Insane in the Membrane on there one time. That was the first time I ever like heard a song and like, because normally I'll hear songs on the radio, like okay, that's a song, you know. I'm like 5 or 6. Yeah. But this time I like heard Insane in the Membrane, and I heard there's a song. You don't get it, you keep it copacetic. That song. And I remember I was like, Dad, can you find those songs for me? Like, I need to know what they are. I need them on my iPod. That was like the first time I ever registered that songs were a thing.
Yeah. And did you have any family that was involved with music, or is this kind of like your guys' thing?
I don't have any family, but Carlos has like a super long bloodline of musicians. Oh, It's pretty crazy lore. Your grandpa?
No, our grandma's brother was in a band called Los Quinos.
Grandma's brother.
Shout out Grandma's brother.
70s band. Shout out Los Quinos?
Yeah.
Nice.
Do they have music on Spotify? Yeah. We might play a song from them. But getting into your True Love EP, getting more into that. You guys dropped it.
If we get too into it.
It is. I got a lot to say about it.
Yeah.
So you guys dropped it back in May.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And when I checked out, I mean, because I have been recommended your guys' music multiple times.
That's awesome.
From different people. I think once it was like Cabby, and then
shout out Cabby.
Shout out Cabby. He might be watching. Hi Cabby, if you're watching. But I really ended up loving it. Like I told you, MySpace, and then what was the one? Cloud.
I'm just like Cloud Strive.
Yeah. And I like that a lot of the music that you guys make is like really punky and rowdy, but that the lyrics are really like depressing, but it sounds fun. It doesn't like
you don't notice that the lyrics are
you don't notice that the lyrics are what they're talking about. And that you've got kind of like a theme going on with it, like of just, I mean, a lot of them have to do with like longing or like
breakups, like
romance, and hatred.
Yeah. And French movies.
Yeah, a lot of French stuff too. But yeah, I really like that off True Love. it goes through Just Like Her and then Give Me Head, which is a sick ass name for a song, and then it's suddenly cut by like that. Yeah, the little piano piece kind of in G minor. But was there a mindset kind of present while you were making True Love, or like who writes the lyrics? Like how did True Love come about?
Yeah, Carlos is the songwriter. He writes the songs, and he brings it to us. And Just Like Her, that one was really sick, because that one we just made in the practice space. And we just were all playing it, and then it kind of just formed. That one was really neat. And I love playing that one. Like, that one's one of my favorites. I don't know. When we were at True Love, we were kind of in a, I don't know, I guess like darker space than we were for French Movies.
Sounds like.
Yeah. For French Movies, we were still in school. I don't think any of us were like really working, so we were just playing music, and it was like the first time ever in a band and stuff like that. Like, whoa, this is so nice, you know. And we recorded that one at my house, because Blaine, our former drummer, he has experience like mixing and stuff like that, so he was helping us, and he kind of mixed the entire thing. And then when we got to True Love, we were gonna record in the house originally. I went and got those big Scarlett things, with multiple inputs. We were gonna record the drums and stuff like that, mic kit, and we were gonna record in Blaine's house. We like set up the room and stuff, and we would go through songs, and we just couldn't get it. Like, it took so long. It took like the entire summer, and just the air was so frustrated, you know. At the same time, we were like trying to book shows, you know, learning all about different playing live kind of stuff, and everybody was just more stressed. Everyone, I think me and Carlos graduated at that point. We were starting like real big boy jobs and stuff like that, and there's so much more stress and so much more tension. Everyone was angry, you know. Everyone was passive aggressive, I should say. No one was angry. Carlos hit me, but yeah. And so that, I feel like that kind of carried into the music and stuff like that. I don't know, lyrics wise, we like emo stuff. We like Weezer a lot, Pinkerton era Weezer, stuff
I
like
had
that.
thought of that while I was listening to, I can't remember which song, but there was one song that specifically sounded like it was.
Can you sing it into the mic right now?
Which one was it? But the exact thought was, I was like, this could literally be like a Weezer song if it was sang by like Rivers Cuomo.
Well, if he wants to buy any of our songs, let us know.
Yeah, the feature.
Featuring Rivers.
Featuring Rivers.
Featuring
Cuomo.
Lil Wayne. Can't Stop Partying featuring eSex. But yeah, we were stressed out. Then finally we ended up just going like, let's just go to a studio and do it. And there's a studio in Riverbank that we went to. Guy was awesome. He was really cool. And we did it in one day.
Really?
All the songs on that EP were just one day. Just like 3-hour session. Because we practiced the hell out of them. And then finally we just went in and did them.
You think you just needed like a change of scenery?
I think so. I think what the issue was is like, there was too much stress on us doing it. So we were not focusing on the performance. We were stressed, like, oh, I don't like that vocal line. Oh, the mic sounds weird there, you know, stuff like that. So we're all stressing each other out. And the longer it took, the more stressed out you are, you know. And so finally, by just going in, the guy was like, okay, I know how to set up the mics. Here they are. I know how to set up the levels. There you go. Press record. All we have to do is play.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's difficult to see a lot of local bands that it's not just like you can only do music if that's what you really want to do. You have to take charge of like your own booking, and you don't have a manager to do things for you. And if you don't really know about audio production, you kind of have to learn it or have to find people who like are willing to not charge the fuck out of you and like actually care to interact with you and do something great with your music.
Yeah, it's tough. It's being a musician like in a band now is, you're so much more DIY than I feel like you ever have been. I imagine it was tough back in the day, but like, I don't know, it feels super tough. Unless you get a lock in it, like, I don't know. Some of the stuff's fun. I like, like we book our own stuff. It's fun. I like doing it. When it goes well, it's fun, you know. I do all the art for our stuff and all like the little marketing stuff, and I enjoy doing that. That's what I went to school for, so it feels fun.
Oh, really? What, graphic
design?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Yeah, because I had seen that little ad for your guys' merch, and I thought that was really cute.
Thank you. Still up on bandcamp.com, eSexBandcamp.com.
Yeah, plug the fuck out of yourself.
We have
plug
some
your
limited
personal Instagram too.
Yeah, personal Instagram at eSexBand, then eSex Bandcamp. We're having limited edition Bandcamp Friday shirts. We have 2 left. Make sure you get them. We're not going to be selling them ever again. So if you want to be a part of history,
very limited edition. Well, that's how I feel with like my Gosh t-shirt, and Gosh isn't a band anymore, and they were great.
That's the crazy thing is like the way bands come in and out, you never know what's gonna be like a rare shirt. You know?
Yeah, and that's why I always try and get like band shirts as like even if I'm not super into the band or don't know them that well, it's like a souvenir.
Yeah.
Because then I know when they might be vintage shirts later,
Yeah.
and like you could sell the fuck out of them. But I think they're very sentimental to me, so I wouldn't. With your guys's EPs with French movies and then also True Love, it seems to follow some kind of, I wouldn't necessarily say story, but it does like have a concept to it. Like I like how the opener ends with "Now I'm just like her," and then on the finishing track it says like "Why do I always lose? I'm just like you." Was that like something with thought put behind it, or was that just like it just ended up that way?
I think it was kind of just ended up that way. It's crazy that you noticed that because I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
But
I liked it. I thought it was, I mean, it looks like it's something that, I don't, to me it felt like it kind of followed like a theme.
A little theme. Let's go with
Yeah.
that. Sure, why not? Yeah. Because Cloud, we did, that was the first song Carlos brought to the band, and we were like, oh, like we actually might be able to be a band. Like this song sounds good, you know? So we made that like 2023, you know? And then all the True Love songs came out late 2024 in like the summer.
Oh, okay.
So they just kind of worked out.
Yeah.
Originally, Cloud wasn't going to be on the EP.
What was there another song that would have been?
No,
instead?
it was just going to be those three. But Blaine was like, we should do Cloud, we should do Cloud. And we were always telling Carlos, like, we should do Cloud, we should do Cloud. He'd go, no, I'm tired. No, I don't want to do it. You know, maybe I'll think about it. But, like, kind of, it was crazy. Like, we were about to leave, and then me and Blaine turned to Carlos really fast. He's already warmed up because he already sang the past two songs, you know? And we're like, can we do Cloud just really quick? We'll just do 2 takes. Just, why not, you know? He's like, okay, sure. And then we did it. And I think it was like 1 take. And that was Cloud.
I'm just happy with it.
Yeah.
Do you feel like when you guys perform, do you have like either a song that you guys feel most excited to perform or a song that you feel like people respond to the most when you play it? Like, do you feel like you guys have like fairly a bunch of listeners, like, because I've done smaller bands so far who like do have people that go to their shows, but like, for example, you guys played at Ward Fest and like, it looked crazy looking at
that was nuts.
the videos and everything from there, and I didn't know what Wardfest was, but it looked fun, and I would have gone if I had a way there. But
yeah, Warfest was really, really fun. That's the Modesto scene is really, really neat. There's a lot of people that like care a whole bunch. There's a big like hardcore scene there, and it's a very like tight knit kind of community, and just a lot of the kids there care about music and they like supporting like a scene. It's really neat to see because Modesto is super small, and really the only like bands that you get there are, like bar bands. There's like 7 million like Clearwater revival bands, you know, and it's like I heard the original band play it. I don't need
I don't need 5 different versions from a bunch of 50-year-old
grandpas. Yeah, and it's like it just sucks because like they're always taking the places to play and stuff like that, like all like the real venues, you know.
Yeah, and they know the people there for like a long time.
Yeah, and like people, you know, people are gonna pay to go and see cover bands. Like I understand, you know, but there's so much, there's so many good bands in the area that just can't get anywhere to play until finally people started kind of having like right when COVID happened.
Everything shot up during COVID and a little after.
Yeah. Well, like people started like, you know, kids are locked in their bedrooms, so they're just learning guitars and stuff like that, learning how to play bass, drums, sing, and scream, I should say. And so then they just started like banding together, you know. It sounds corny like a movie, but that's how it kind of like happened. And they found their own spaces. Like we used to play at this place, 1870. They used to rent out the alley kind of next to the brewery. It was a brewery, and they would just rent out the alley, and there would be like hardcore shows there. There would be like just different like shows that like there's no way they would have this at a brewery, you know. But kids banded together, made it happen, and people showed up and, you know, made a scene. So it's really neat. And then to see that start there and then go all the way to Ward Fest is really neat because all those same people that were at those first shows are now in that little crowd. And
what is Ward Fest something new or has it been around?
Ward Fest?
No, it's like the first time.
First Ward Fest,
okay.
right?
Ward Fest.
Well, their turnout looked really good.
Yeah, that's the scene. That's the power of like the people wanting to like help, and thankfully we have good bands there, so people want to see the bands, you know.
Yeah, because like I mean, I live in the Bay Area, so that's pretty much all I've like had my lens on is stuff in the Bay. But then I always hear that things are bigger in the Bay Area compared to even like other states and like the East Coast too. We have like shows that are not even that popular but still bring in a lot of people. But I haven't heard that much of. I know that there's a scene in the Central Valley. I just haven't heard that much of it.
Yeah.
But the things that I have heard have been like really positive, and that people are just as passionate. Is just not in as big of a conjunction as like the Bay Area and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, not yet. Yeah, the Bay is kind of packed, so it's. I feel like the Bay's packed, and the Bay is more reciprocating of art and creativity and stuff.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to get stuff out in the Central Valley, especially because like I don't know, just aesthetically, the Central Valley is so boring looking. It looks like a big parking lot, so you go there and you're like, there's no way a show here is good, you know. But I think that like aggression towards your environment brings out all these good bands in the Central Valley. But it took a lot of work to like get to that point. I would say there's a time there was nothing, but Wardfest started. That was the first Wardfest. Before that, they had this thing called the Vibes. I think they had 2 or 3 of those. It was like a hardcore kind of show. Those are always really great. There's some videos on YouTube I highly recommend checking out. They're just packed shows, hardcore, people hitting each other. People hurting each other. What's going
They're
on?
punching each other.
Stop!
All those comments are like, these fucking losers, fucking karate moshing, and
The
like.
karate stuff's great. The
I
karate stuff is
love
really
it.
good.
I love it.
I love
That's
it.
what makes the shows 10 times more fun. I went to go see System of a Down, and it was like frat boys push pitting, and I was like, this
Push pitting
isn't
sucks.
that fun.
Push
Yeah,
pitting-
I was like,
push
I
pitting
want to
is
see
brutal.
people like beat the shit out of each other, and I want to feel the adrenaline of trying not to get my shit beaten.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
I remember there's this venue in Lodi called Wildwood, and they have a lot of hardcore shows over there. And I remember the first time I went there, it was who played? I don't remember who played. It was either Big Boy or somebody.
Oh, I love Big Boy.
Big Boys. I don't think it was Big Boy. I think it was someone else. ASD? It was ASD. And Earth Exit. I remember I saw Earth Exit there. But that was the first time I ever got like fight or flight from being like in the pit. I was like, holy shit, like this is crazy. Like, I could get hit. Like
You could
I get destroyed.
go
you
to
know?
the ER.
Yeah. But there's something about that fight or flight and that adrenaline rush that is so much fun.
Yeah.
It's really, really great.
Have you ever had like, well, the mosh pit that I saw at the Wordfest for your guys' seemed pretty crazy, but do you guys have a lot of movement at your guys' shows, or are they more kind of like what type of people do you feel like you bring in?
I think we bring in people that move, especially because the scene we came from is like they're very, jittery, so they want to move, and we want people to move at our shows. We played some shows here where people, like, it's interesting seeing how different scenes interact with music and, like, different people interact with music, because a lot of times you get people standing and nodding, and, like, that's them moving, you know what I mean? But it's a hard judge. We like when people move. We like it a lot. Just visually, and it gets us more excited. I feel like when people move, it makes me want to move on stage more, and then that kind of just goes in like a cycle, So yeah, I would say movement. Move more.
Yeah, I feel like the fluoride stare too could
Fluoride stare is
probably just
nerve-wracking. Yeah.
just adds more like, oh shit, do they even like what I'm playing?
Yeah. Sometimes that when they give me the fluoride stare, it makes me want to go harder because I'm like, fuck you, But yeah, I don't know. You never can tell because sometimes they, like I said, they nod and they're like, dude, that was great. You guys were awesome.
Yeah,
You
and
know
they
what I mean?
absolutely love what you played.
Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of times, you get people that like it's one of their first shows. Me and Oscar were talking in the car right over here. It's like, because sometimes Oscar will go in and he'll push people around, and
Yeah, I see.
yeah.
August knows.
And it's great because you get people that are standing there and they don't know how to like start, a pit or anything.
Yeah.
Or they don't know how to start. They want to dance, but they can't. It's a hard thing to do. You're kind of seen by everybody.
Mhm.
It's like, I guess it's like going to the gym. You don't you think everyone's looking at you. But
That's
actually, like, no one cares,
definitely how I feel. Like if I can't mosh outdoors if it's too bright, and I'm
Yeah,
like I can't
yeah.
start
There-
pushing people around.
Yeah, there is like, I don't know, subconsciously, I love indoor venues way more just because of that. I feel like when you have 4 walls around you, you're able to kind of move around, like freak out more. When you're outside and there's daylight on you, it's like,
It feels so
Well,
like exposing.
yeah.
Like I like dark lights. I don't want to be seen, and I
Yeah.
wanted there to be enough people to where like they can't see me because I'm just engulfed.
Yep. You're just kind of lost in the crowd.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
But
yeah.
it's so funny to see different scenes, like even like how you said when they interact. Like I'm so used to the hardcore punk shows, and then I went to go see Versus Self. You know Versus Self.
We played with them in SAC.
Really?
Yep. They're really cool.
How did I miss that?
It was at the Scarlet Room. Harlow's the Scarlet Room.
Oh, that's sick as fuck. Versus Self is great.
They're awesome.
But going to a show where it was like screamo kids in like Ushanka hats and
TikTok Riz Party.
it really did at some points feel like a TikTok Riz Party, and then you go to like crowd surf and they don't pick you up, or like somebody falls and it takes how long to pick you up.
They don't know the etiquette.
Which was insane because I feel like there's a lot of people who do go to punk shows also listen to that kind of like whiny screamo emo music, but they don't entirely have it.
Yeah, they don't have it all
together.
down yet. I feel like it's a very at least a lot of the kids that are going to shows, it's a young demographic.
Yeah.
And they don't know the rules yet. I see a lot of stuff online about like, oh, people don't know crowd etiquette, what's going on, and it's like they're young, like they need to learn, all it takes is one moment where someone's like, dude, you have to do this, or they see it online where they see the rules.
Yeah. Those crowd etiquette videos that I forgot which band did it, and they're like, please fucking wear deodorant when you go to the mosh pit, or like, please take a fucking shower.
Yeah.
Which is so true. I put on double deodorant and I like shower before every show, and then somebody's with their cargo shorts and a fucking like band t-shirt and they smell like
you
ass.
get wafted by a dump truck.
It smells like ass 5 seconds into the mosh
Yeah,
pit.
it's rough.
When it comes to back to the music, when it comes
Why
to
are we talking about the music?
the French theme that you guys have got like going on with certain things, I understand that. What's that French name? Do you know how to say it?
Tumas Trump Mentee?
Yeah, it's a cover of
It's a Chantal Goya
Goya song. Is there like a special connection with that song, or you just like it? What's the deal with that?
There's a special connection. Say what?
You better get this part right.
Oh yeah. So the whole French movies thing started. We like there's a movie called Masculine and Feminine by director Godard, and Chantal Goya is an actress in it, and that whole movie was like kind of a big like kind of muse for our first EP. The whole interaction is like, kind of like a guy doesn't know how to interact with this girl, things are confusing. It's an adult relationship, so it's like modern day kind of like hookup culture-y kind of thing where it's like, what are we, kind of stuff like that. The guy's also like artsy and thinks he's smarter than he actually is, and we really resonated with that.
Like, why does this feel familiar?
Yeah, well, I haven't seen this before. But yeah, she's an actress from that movie. Great actress. Shout out to Chantal Goya. And she had like a pop career also. And so she made that song. And then we did a cover of it in French movies.
Yeah. I really liked it because I didn't know that it was a cover, and then you had sent me the playlist, and then I like took a peek at it, and I saw and I listened to the actual song, and I like that you guys made it into like this little rowdy, like fun, upbeat song. I don't even know what the song is like about.
I have
what
no
it's
clue
saying.
what it's about.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's about cheating.
Is it about cheating? Are you serious?
It's about cheating.
Oh.
Cheating.
Oh my
Or about
god.
like you getting cheated on.
Really?
Which kind of like fits with.
Ah, okay. That fits even more. It's about you getting cheated on. That's why. Okay, that makes sense.
Has being cheated on have ever inspired an eSex song?
Maybe subconsciously.
I've never been cheated on.
Good. I hope you never do.
Talking about your guys's more about the art
Mm.
behind on your guys' projects. You
More like a
said
fart.
the shart.
Oh.
That's what I have. That's my highlight on my Instagram for my art
Your
stuff.
shart.
Shart, yeah. There you were talking about that kind of anime-ish girl with the bob. Is it the same kind of girl that's on French movies is also on True Love, or is it just like
I picture the different girls. I think
Okay.
they're different girls. I
Okay.
think they're different girls in I don't know. I think the person viewing them is also different because I feel like we go into it with different headspaces. So the girl from French movies, I picture her as more of like an actress taken from those French movies and stuff like that. and either you're viewing like a scene when you see the cover or something. Why is she crying? Is she faking it, or is she actually crying? Did something happen? I don't know. And then True Love. I don't know. The girl from True Love feels more like in a dream. Kind of with the flowers and the rainbow and stuff like that.
Yeah.
There's no direct. We kind of go into it, and then whenever it finally clicks in our heads, like, oh, that's the one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the one we stick with. Yeah, it's not the same girl. We're building a multiverse, and
That's what I was saying. I was like, is there lore behind this girl?
probably later. Probably, yeah. Once we sell it to Sony, then there's gonna be
Yeah,
more.
make $1 million.
Yeah.
Give it all up.
Yeah, Iron Man's gonna be our next album cover. I
Sell
think.
your soul to
why
the
not?
industry.
Yeah, I'll wear a Doctor Doom costume. Call us wear a Spider-Man costume. So Disney.
Dr. Doom.
I'm sure Disney would like a band called eSex.
I'm sure Disney likes a lot of things that they shouldn't be fucking liking.
But yeah, that's the I don't think they're connected. They're just different little art pieces. Just kind of to get the feeling of the whole thing. Because we like Neon Genesis Evangelion, and just old 90s anime in general. So that's kind of
That's what I felt kind of give like a similar vibe to like in Evangelion and stuff. It looked like I had seen it before. I don't know. But I mean, a lot of people do enjoy making those type of like girly anime-ish kind of characters.
Yeah. I try and make it look like really like how to draw manga-y, like a shoujo manga, stuff like that, like Sailor Moon. Was it Rumiko Takahashi, whoever made Inuyasha? I like her art as well. It's very round. It's not as sharp as like other anime stuff. I like it. I like the juxtaposition. Again, our whole thing is like juxtaposition. The band makes harsh kind of sounding music, and the picture is like a cute thing.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I feel like that's kind of how we are.
Mm-hmm.
As people, it's kind of how we are.
Just a bunch of girls.
Yeah.
When it comes to personal music taste, is there an era in music that you feel like a personal connection to, like 80s, 90s, 2000s, 70s?
Music from 2037 is really good.
2037.
I don't know if you heard it yet.
No. Balloon music?
Yeah. No, I like 60s music a lot. We like the Beatles. You have to like the Beatles.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I really like 60s music. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Garage rock, the Sonics, stuff like that. Of course, we like 90s stuff. 80s hardcore we like. 70s, I had a little Led Zeppelin kick. That was really fun. Carlos likes 50s stuff a lot. Carlos likes ballads. Teenager in Love. I don't know if that was on our playlist, but
No, but I do know that song.
that was one.
He's more romantic.
Carlos is very romantic. He's a what's it called? Was it like soft soul or something?
Yeah, hopeless romantic.
He's a hopeless romantic,
And where would you have liked to been in like whatever era of music? Do you feel like maybe being in like New York or in LA, or do you feel like SF and like the Bay Area is your thing? Seattle, there's so many different like hot spots.
New York 70s.
New York 70s.
Like a Ramones band or something. And then I die at like 23 or something.
27 club.
27, there you go.
We're almost there.
Just 2 more years, guys.
2 more. Are you 25?
I'm 25. I'm grandpa.
Oh, yeah, Unk status.
Yeah. What's it called? Yeah, I really like 77 era CBGB New York. I like how grimy it is, along with like they're playing classic rock but badly. They're playing like a Chuck Berry song, but like they don't know how to play.
Yeah.
But they have this attitude of like, ugh.
Well, that's the best when they don't know how to use their fucking instrument.
Yeah, it's really great. There's something so pure about it. And that's just what punk is, that's just really started punk just back in 1977. That's where I would be.
And when it comes to music that you listen to, do you care more about, I always like asking people this question, do you care more about, or do you appreciate more like the technicality of the song, or do you appreciate more just like the emotion behind it?
100% emotion. Technicality is the most boring thing in the world.
That's how I feel.
I made a really, I made probably one of the smartest quotes of my life in a group chat recently. Are you ready?
Yes.
So I said that the paintings on the wall of a hotel are technically good, but they'll never be in a museum. because they don't affect anyone.
Real. There is boring ass. Oh, there is boring ass
Yeah.
art
There's
in
a-
hotel.
Yo, you painted that beach really good. Nice.
I'm gonna edit that into a black and white image.
There you go.
With the
Slow and
quote.
reverb.
With slow and the Nightcore
Ooh.
of
Sex Angel?
remix. Yeah.
You like that one? That was pretty
That
good.
one. Was,
That's our first step into the nightcore market, and we're gonna stay there, I think.
D&B. We're
Yeah.
coming.
Like E and sex. We'll workshop that.
eSex D&B. It's kind of like what's that death metal,
Was it-
depressive and
Oh, NSBF?
What does that stand for? I saw
No,
that.
no, it's like
DBSM,
Yeah.
DBSM.
depressive,
depressive spiritual black metal or something like that.
something like that.
What is that? They meditate while they play?
No, it's like absolutely horrible.
Oh.
It's just like agony.
Well, it's actually my favorite genre. So.
Yeah, I love agony. Where did my questions go? Okay. What? Oh, you already talked about your first show experience.
Mm.
What are some shows that you've played recently? Do you have like a favorite show so far, like a favorite venue that you've played at?
We've had a couple that were really awesome. The Spire comes to mind first. The Spire Church in Oakland is really, really sick.
Oh yeah, I've
That
heard
place
of it.
is sick. The person that runs it is so nice. We talked to her a little bit. For as loud as it was, like she didn't really have a problem with it, and we just always asked her like, so what is the venue about? She's like, well, our religion is music, and I was like, that's fucking awesome. Like,
That's what
so
I was
cool.
wondering. I was like, is it an actual church that like people go to and like?
I don't know. I
Do
think you could
stuff
rent
at?
it for like whatever. So like,
Oh,
I guess
okay.
technically, if you wanted to do a church session, you could. I'm
Yeah.
not sure, but
It's just an event space that is just a church.
and it looks so awesome.
I've
It looks
seen
so
videos
awesome.
and stuff, and I thought it was super interesting. There was a band I was supposed to interview, but things just kind of like didn't fall into place with Claybirds, and they
Oh,
played
shit.
at
Yeah.
Spire Church, and I think there was like a whole festival.
They played at the
That was
what was it?
going on.
Like was it?
What?
The festival with the big poster with all the emo screamo bands.
Yeah,
The one that Holy Ghost Tabernacle played at.
One Way Mirror was gonna
No.
play. I can't
It's-
remember.
I want to
it.
say it's like Shoe something fest, Shoe whatever fest. We'll figure it out. People will find it and they'll DM me and they'll be like, "You're a fucking idiot."
It's somewhere on one of the flyer
Yeah.
Instagrams.
But yeah, the Spire was really cool. We played in Fresno, Destructive Warehouse. That place was really sick. That day we played, it was like 100 something, but we always want to play with those bands. I think it was Don't Cry For Me, I'm Already Dead. I think it was that band. They were amazing. And Holy Ghost Tabernacle. They were really, really good as well. Great,
I've never heard
great
of them.
merch. Say what?
The punk band, Martyrio?
Oh, what is it?
Yeah, Martyrio.
Martyrio?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, they were really, really good as well. But it was hot as shit in that fucking warehouse. But like everyone that showed up still like gave it their all, even though they were probably dying of like dehydration, you know. But just the energy there was so nice. Everyone was like, it was just great.
We were sharing waters. That was crazy.
We were sharing waters, yeah, yeah. It was
Lips to
burning
lips,
hot.
sharing waters.
Yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do. Yeah, that place was really sick. Yeah, I'd say the Spire. As of right now, the Spire. There are venues we haven't played that I got my little eye on. I'd love to play the Knockout. Knockout is really, really sick.
Right down in Mission,
down
right
the
down the
road.
street.
What else? Yeah, you guys have just really good venues. Edinburgh Pub.
We
I saw
had
Catnip there
A lot
and
of
the Snares.
was it at the Psyched radio show?
Psych radio show.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
For the Tenderloin Festival, they did
That's what it was for.
a bunch of shows. Oh,
It was
okay.
so sick. That place looks crazy.
I would have liked to go, just not 21.
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was a lot of things I couldn't go to during the Tenderloin Fest because they were happening at bars and stuff. And the bars in SF look so cool.
They're probably the coolest bars I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I don't think anywhere else can compare. They're so creative.
Or
It's
like
really fun.
Specs looks really cool, and I know that we've done I think a poetry night, spoken word
Ooh.
thing. I don't know. Psyched's involved with every fucking.
Psych sick. I feel like you guys
venue.
are like bringing back just like an entire scene. It's really, really neat. I haven't seen anything in the Bay Area this I don't know, not inclusive, but like all spanning, you know? You guys have a radio station, you guys have a festival, you guys have all these bands
Oh,
and stuff like
record
that.
label and
It's
stuff.
so sick. It's like you guys actually care, you know? I feel like we have had too long of people not caring, you know? So thank you.
Thank you, Psyched. Thank you, Psyched, for letting me.
Thank you,
Letting me
Psyched,
chill
for
here.
yeah, sponsoring this YouTube video.
Have you had a show so far where just things didn't fall into place, that it was just really difficult?
That's a tough one. We've oh yeah, actually, you know what? We did a show in Davis one time, and the person that booked it, very nice person. All the bands that played were really great, but it was not the same genre. Absolutely not. Like it was like a
Oh.
chill, like kind of like, have you ever seen people dance where they like they do like the hippie thing where like whip their hair and stuff
Yeah.
like that? It was like that kind of situation, and so like the bands that went before us were like kind of like I don't know, vibe type bands,
Yeah.
chill.
It's like set the mood.
Yeah. And then we came
And there's
in.
eSex.
Yeah, and then we came in, and the sound guy, like the meme of like the sound guy being like, "You want to mic the drums up? Fuck you." You know,
Mhm,
it was
yeah.
that guy, and he was like, he was just a terrible sound guy. And we started, there was like feedback immediately, so we had to turn the vocals down. He turned the vocals down way too much. We couldn't hear Carlos. Then he told Carlos to turn his guitar down, so Carlos was just gone. And it's just me and Xavier playing, and we're like starting to get confused because we can't hear Carlos. We don't know who we are, you know?
Yeah.
It was terrible. And I jumped and I rolled down a bunch of rocks. I was so frustrated. And there were some people in the crowd. I feel like, every show there's going to be some people that had fun, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But the majority of the crowd like walked away or like just were not feeling it,
Yeah.
And that was our worst show. I really felt like, I don't know, I felt like I was like 15 again. Get in the locker, you
Outcasted.
fucking nerd.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
yeah.
The SpongeBob was like, oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
People
Um,
start laughing at the merch.
They were laughing at the merch, yeah. Yeah.
why were they laughing at the merch?
Because it has sex in it. I thought this was a college, guys. Aren't you a little bit more mature?
Oh, it was at like
was
the
at UC
Davis
Davis,
thing.
the
Oh,
UC, yeah.
okay. Yeah. What the
But
fuck,
yeah, I
Davis?
never felt bullied before until then. That's what really-
bullied out of the
yeah.
building.
So if anyone wants to make me feel better and buy merch, it's on our Bandcamp. So just let me know.
Speaking of bad shows, what are your show pet peeves, either when performing or watching a show?
Both. I would say talking too long in between songs. If you're not that clever and it's not flowing into each song, it's always like just fucking hurry it up, pal. You know. I understand if like maybe your drummer needs to retighten his stuff and you kind of have to make the banter, but I've seen several bands that just want to talk, and I feel like it's because we see on like bigger bands, like Blink or like I don't know, even Weezer does this, but like bigger bands will talk, but that's because they have like 2 hours, and the
Yeah,
crowd's
yeah.
there to see them.
And
but-
they're like in love with half of the most of the band or the singer. And
Exactly.
shit,
So
yeah.
like you need to, or you're expected to talk, and I think that people see that and go, oh, that's what I have to do. But it's like, no, you're playing smaller venues. Like you have to earn the crowd. You know what I mean? They want to
Yeah.
hear the music. They don't want to hear what you ate for breakfast that day.
Yeah, most of the bad banter I've heard, I've been like okay with because, at least in my experience, they're like 15.
Yeah.
So then I'm like,
Yeah.
this is kind of cute.
don't know
but
any
like
better.
once they, maybe once you hit like 17, you should stop.
Yeah.
You should start getting your stuff together.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's just, I don't know, go into the scene and see what the other bands are doing. And I
Yeah.
guarantee that a lot of the other bands are not talking. They don't have a stand-up bit before they play their next song. you
yeah,
know?
my favorite is the emotional. You can be whatever you want.
Oh,
you can
you're like
be
hardcore stuff?
yourself. I love that shit. I love the
When
corny.
you get up in the morning, make sure that you're doing it for your family.
We love gay people, and then the
Yeah.
I'm talking about Sissy Fit. I love Sissy Fit. That was such. I really like their little speech, but they were like,
They do speeches?
the one time I saw them, they were like, shout out. Like, I mean, they did not say shout out gay people, but it was kind of like shout out gay people and women and whatever. And then I was like, yeah, I like that.
And you hype up the crowd. That's good.
Yeah, I like that a lot more than like, fuck you, you pussies.
Yeah,
Fucking kill each other in the
Yeah.
pit. And I'm like, "Mm, okay.
Yeah. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you have to play the bad guy really well. You can't just get
Yeah.
up there and be like, "Fuck you guys." You kind of have
You're
to.
a bunch of baby shit
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
You gotta be fully into it.
One band I feel like does banter really well is Mind's Eye. Have you heard of Mind's Eye?
I've heard the name, but I haven't heard any banter.
Oh, the guy Vince
Purple Baptist.
Lopez makes he's like the funniest man ever. But what are your favorite bands in the scene right now? Because we have 5 minutes. Ooh,
5 minutes. I'll go over my list.
the Beach Boys are better.
The Beach Boys are not better. The Beach Boys are clearly not better. For one, they're not organized. All right, they're all going against the one guy who knows what to do, and that's disorganized.
Are better in comparison to
the Beatles?
eSex
To
or
Beatles,
to
I
the
think.
Beatles.
The Beach
Did-
Boys are-
has that been there?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, yeah. What are your favorite bands in the scene right now?
Which scene?
Oh, give me one from the Central Valley and one from the Bay.
Central Valley, I would say Dreamer AM is really, really good.
Let me show the t-shirt real quick.
Oh, yeah, we got a t-shirt. Oscar's wearing the
you can buy
t-shirt.
this
Hi,
out there at
Oscar.
GRAM shows. Hi.
Follow Sir Oscar Perez
Yeah.
on Instagram.
If you need a music video, he made our music videos, and he's been filming the Modesto scene for a while. So make sure to check out Pleasure Leisure Please at youtube.com.
Documentary coming out.
He has. All right, you're good.
He has
no
a
more plugs.
documentary coming out.
Yeah, Dreamer AM Central Valley, I would say, is really, 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 really good. They don't give enough credit, I would say. One from here I really like. Windsor Terrace is good. That's Cabby's band. Cherry is one I really like. We haven't played with them, but I love their sound. They sound so brutal. They have on their YouTube or their Instagram bio how to sound out their name. So I probably botched it. But
I thought you were going to say Choke Cherry for a second.
Choke Cherry. He mentioned Choke Cherry a while ago, right? Was it Choke Cherry that you mentioned? Yeah. They're a band here, right?
They're with Psyched Radio.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. Buzz Lightyear, I saw at Psych Fest. I like them a lot.
Buzz Lightyear is great.
They're really, really great. They have an amazing. They're sick. They're like true punk. They're awesome. Yeah, I saw Catnip is from around here. If we're going to SAC, SAC has a great scene. There's a place, DNL Studios, ran by Derek. Shout out Derek. That's like the only place in Sacramento where like actual bands can come up if they don't want to, pay to play at like bars and stuff like that, or you just want to do an all ages show. Day Hike is from there. Shout out Day Hike. Shout out Orange Peel. Shout out Poor Sport. And we're going back down to what else is in SAC? What else is in SAC? I don't remember. But if we're going down to Modesto, we have like just bands that have been with us since the beginning, like Stovepipe. Non-Society is from Los Banos. We have Caliber is another great band. It's a new metal-y hardcore band. We played with them at Wardfest. Druid Oz. They haven't played a lot of shows, but they're getting there. And then we have who am I missing, Oscar?
Lose the Life for Xavier.
Ooh, Lose the Life. Our drummer Xavier is also in another band called Lose the Life, hardcore band. They don't have anything released, but they're working on it. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that.
Mm-hmm.
Mox is from Merced. Mox runs the entire Merced scene.
Really?
Like, the Merced scene would not be anything without Mox.
I've never heard of the Merced.
Puts
scene.
on
I gotta look at
shows.
'em.
Just everything is done through Mox. Ted Barber is associated with Mox, another great singer-songwriter. Yeah, Merced doesn't have much, but I feel like it is growing. We love Merced. Shout out Merced.
Mm-hmm. And then the last question, since we have 2 minutes left.
Mm.
What shows do you have coming up, and where can people find your music?
All right. So people can find the music at eSex on all streaming platforms, like YouTube Music, Spotify, yada, yada, yada. Deezer as well. At eSex Band on Instagram.com. Upcoming show is in Oakland at the Elbow Room Club, I believe. Elbow Room is on September 20th. We're playing with Daisy's Room, playing with Spa. We're playing with another great band that, and if you're 21 plus, you guys should come. You can't come, so we'll live stream it for you.
I'll definitely watch from home.
Yeah,
Mosh from home too.
Two-step from home.
I can't two-step. I can't figure out how to
Really?
two-step. No, it's awful. I'm too scared to, and I practice at home, and
Yeah.
I video
Look
myself.
up a YouTube video.
I did. I've looked at so many YouTube videos. I can't. I have 2 left feet. I have bad legs. But thank you guys for listening. This is the end of the eSex interview. I've had a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Everybody
to
say bye to Mario and bye to Oscar. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we are ending the stream. Thank you for listening.